Hey people, welcome to the Run Testers. I am in St Gervais near Chamonix. It's a town on the course of the UTMB. I've been out here getting some first miles in with the new HOKA Mafate 5. This shoe is designed to deliver cushion for long haul training. It's got a bigger stack all foam setup, big rock ring. I've put around 25 Ks in them here on the trails with plenty of steep climbs, descents and some runnable stuff and some road sections to boot. And here is how I've got on so far. Quick details then, and when it comes to stack height, we don't have the official stack, but it now has a bigger overall stack. We do know that, and we've seen reports that there's now 43 mils in the heel, 35 mils in the forefoot, and we do know that it's in for an 8 mil drop. It weighs in at 11 ounces or 312 grams in my UK 8.5, US 9.5 men's test shoe. On price in the UK, it's going to set you back £170. And again, we didn't have the US price at the time of recording, but we will pop it in the caption below once we get it. Let's take a closer look at what's new then with the HOKA Mafate 5, starting with the midsole where you've got a dual foam setup with a new system that's really quite interesting. That comes with a higher stack, and HOKA says the whole thing now offers more cushioning before. The midsole puts a layer of soft, springy, supercritical EVA foam directly underfoot to create a lively ride, and there's more under the heel. Then there's a layer of stabilising and impact absorbing compression moulded EVA under the forefoot. That works with a forefoot TPU plate as well to help add some control to that kind of forefoot toe off and a bit of pop, and it helps accentuate the rocker as well. Up top there's a warp knit upper that's been given an anti-fray treatment. That's to boost the durability. There's a dynamic vamp to give a bit more forefoot upper flex, a TPU cage for some extra support, a flat wrapping tongue and well padded heel collars that are quite soft all the way down into the back of the heel. You've also got gaiter attachments here if you need them. Flip them over and there is a Vibram Mega Grip outsole with 5mm lugs to provide that all important traction and durability. So then for my early miles in the HOKA Mafate 5, I've been lucky enough to be out here in St Gervais for the HOKA athlete training camp where I've done 3 runs, around an hour each in the Mafate 5. One of them where I got to try and fail to keep up with Francesco Pupi and Katarina Hartmuth, both who will be out here racing during the UTMB week. That was interesting. Watching them go up the hills is something else. But anyway, I've done some steep climbs, I've done some technical descents, one of them in really wet, muddy conditions that were really testing, 2 runs on the drier sort of trails. I've done some road and rolling runnable sections as well. So all in all, it's been a pretty good initial test for the Mafate 5. And so far, I really like what this shoe has served up. When it comes to HOKA trail shoes, I've been more of a speed goat runner than I have in a Mafate or a Mafate speed. But what you get from this shoe, I think, is a really good balance of cushion and energy that comes from the supercritical foam. But it's supported and controlled nicely as well by that forefoot section and that kind of more stable kind of EVA. So the combination works really well also with the TPU plate. So what I've really noticed is how controlled and connected this shoe still feels when you're trying to navigate the sort of trickier, more technical downhills, the steeper bits. There's a reliability and a confidence in the midfoot that works really well. It's the same, you know, when you're a bit up on the forefoot on the climbs when you're going up, but then when you kind of hit tarmac or harder, flatter runnable sections and you're landing further back, there's a bit of sort of softness and spring and energy that really helps you roll smoothly through those runnable sections. And in a way, I could see that would be sort of really welcome if you're stretching runs to many, many hours on feet. If you're going to do, you know, 100 Ks, those kind of things. Now, if you land a bit further back on your heels on the descents, I think the supercritical foam in the rear can feel a little bit soft and wobbly. I found that, you know, I'm not the most gifted descender, and I found that when I was landing a bit further back. It's not as wild as a Tecton X3 or shoes of that ilk. The other thing I really got to test out here was the grip on the first sort of wet, steep run. That was a real challenge for me and the shoe for this kind of flatland boy here out in the wilds of Chamonix and the areas. And the grip held up really well for that. Overall, the comfort on the foot was good too. My only real concern from the early miles that I've done has been a bit of toe rubbing from my big toe on the right foot up against the end of the shoe. It's only on the right foot, not the left, so I'm not sure. Going to do some more testing to see that. I'm not entirely sure I'd want to go half a size up in the shoe because I think it would lose the locked-in feel that adds a bit of the feeling of control that you get. but it has made me question how long I'd be able to go in my sort of regular size in this shoe, time on feet wise. First impressions then, and after my initial short runs over these 3 days here on the trails of the UTMB, I've been impressed so far by the HOKA Mafate 5. It's giving good signs of a capable long hauler that'll offer quite surprising versatility for a bigger stack trail shoe. The dual foam setup I think feels effective at giving you control but cushioning, and I've liked how the ride sort of switches depending on the terrain that you're taking on. You know, whether you're sort of running ups where you're up on your mid to forefoot, or those steep downs where you need a little bit more contact. Comfort has been good. It runs lighter than it looks like it might, and I think if you're looking for something that has a bit more cushion than a speed goat but doesn't sacrifice all of the ground feel and connected control, then this shoe might be an interesting choice. I can certainly see myself logging longer hours in it, provided the toe problems don't persist. We'll do more test miles. I think the other boys have got the shoe as well, so we'll do all of that before we bring you the final verdict. But so far, I think in summary, from those early runs that I've done, I'd say the Mafate 5, a lot of positives here from this shoe, and I've really enjoyed my miles in it. So there you have it. That's been my first run look at the HOKA Mafate 5. Lucky enough to test them out here on the trails that they were kind of designed for, get some mountain air. Hope you found it insightful, useful. Obviously, if you have any questions about the shoe, pop in the comments below. We'll endeavour to answer those when the full review comes out. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and you'll get to hear when that review lands on the channel. If you're interested in other kind of, I guess, long haul trail shoes, I'm going to put a video up on the channel that you should go and watch now. Otherwise, as ever, thank you very much for stopping by and spending time watching the reviews with us. And until next time, happy running, people.